Hold up, before you get to watching this video, let me talk to you for a second. Hit that bell down below and subscribe to the Fitz Take Podcast YouTube channel so you'll know when every episode is dropping or if something has been posted on this page. Also, be sure to follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. Now back to the episode. The Chicago Bears held a meeting with their offensive coordinator. I believe his name is Shane Waldron. It was Mercedes Lewis, it was Caleb Williams, and amongst others. They went into the meeting and they said, Coach, you got to call some better plays. You got to get a little more aggressive. We need to spice it up a bit. Need to add a little razzle-dazzle. And seemingly so, they were able to do that on Sunday with a 24-18 victory against Elijah's Los Angeles Rams. So, first of all, before you go on your tangent about how the Rams probably should have lost that game, how do you feel about, players coming in and essentially, speaking up for themselves, asking for what they want, and trying to have that good working relationship with their coaches?
They should. They absolutely should. I mean, I know we talk about Caleb Williams a lot, and we talk about what the national media does, and him struggling. And I really simply blame that on coaching. And Shane Waldron, who I'm gonna get on, is the guy that beat us today. He is horrible. He's horrible. I'm gonna tell you how. I could go down this whole list. You want to know? He's from the McVay-Shanahan tree. He came to the Rams and was our quarterback coach. I apologize, for probably 2 years. Went away to go to Seattle. We tapped that bud in Seattle while he was the offensive coordinator, trying to steal our system. And then he comes around and goes to Chicago. And I'm like, this is a bad hire for Caleb. But you know what? Whatever. He does bad in the first 3 games, and then today he shows his tale of how to call a game. And I'm not even going to get into why I feel like this. But at the end of the day, players should do this because Caleb has all the talent in the world, and offense has a lot of talent in the world. Mercedes Lewis is a tight end, but Cole Kmet is that guy, the number one guy for them at the tight end room. You got DeAndre Swift, who's the running back. He's a good running back. We got DJ Moore on the outside. Keenan Allen, who just came back to Sunday. He's one of you, could be a slot or an X, however you want to move him. And then you got the rookie Rome Adonze. So it's like, figure it out, Shane. And I think with these guys coming out there, they played. They got in his ear enough to actually get sustain some drives. And I know it started to click, especially in the third quarter of that ball game. I think the first 4 or 5 drives, they got like 75 yards. The opening third quarter, they drove like 80 or 90 yards, and they got into the end zone. So they figured out in the third quarter. Let's just see if it's sustainable. Let's hope it's sustainable because, again, I'm rooting for Caleb and what he can do in the NFL. So just got to tip your hat off to Shane and those guys for, pressing the issue, and hopefully the Bears could look like a better offensive team as the season goes.
Yeah, I did not know that this was hitting so close to home for you. I didn't know it was under that McVay tree. I do agree that the players should be able to voice their opinions, especially at this high of a level. Like I've said it before, bro, you a millionaire, I'm a millionaire. Like we got to have a good working relationship. And if you stink, you making me stink. Like you ain't finna rub this funk on me. No, we finna figure this out. Somebody finna have to get squeaky clean, So I agree with it, I agree with it, even at the collegiate level to some degree, just because, like, bro, if power is working, don't run outside zone. Don't run inside zone. If we killing these boys with power, man, run that mud 50 times until they stop it, So if Caleb and them is going in there and they're saying, like, hey, coach, we got to figure out how to go vertically down the field, stop calling all slants. Don't call all hitches. Don't call that. Call that later down the line. Let's open the game up and let's just run. Everybody run all goals. PA all goals. Let's just do it. Whatever. If that's what it takes, and those conversations need to be had, if ultimately down the line all you're trying to do is win games because that's the business that you're in the business of winning games, I'm all for it. It's when it becomes and it spills over. And obviously, this report comes out because guys are insiders and insiders doing their jobs and they're talking. But to people that don't understand it, this happens more times than not. I'm sure this happens for LSU. This happens for the Raging Cajuns. This happens for everybody. Like, if you are a good to great coach, you listen to your players, because it's like, yeah, I can call all the plays that I want to, but y'all the ones out there executing it. I would love when we would come on the sidelines, and our offensive coordinator would come over and ask us, like, what run game is working right now? Like, what do y'all feel like as a line that y'all are blocking best against right now? Man, stretch is working. Keep calling it. All right, cool. Now he go in there, he gonna grab his pen, gonna get the highlighter, and he gonna circle and highlight around it. So now he can figure out how to continue to build around his game plan, because when you start a game off, you have your first 10 to 12 plays kind of scripted, but then from there, you're going based on the flow of the game. You're calling plays based on, tendencies, on what hash you're on or what's working best for you. So if you come out and the first play of the game, you hit them over the top with a streak, and then you come out on your next drive and you hit them again for another streak, you know what you calling on your third drive? All goes. Everybody run it till they stop it. Just that's what you have to do. And that can only happen if you have a great working relationship with your players. So I love it. I love great conversations between players and coaches, especially when they're healthy conversations. When they become explosive and it starts boiling out on the field, when the receiver is like, throw me the ball, and they throwing helmets and all this stuff, that's okay. Now we gotta dial this all in. Keep it in house. Let's keep all the drama in here. When you a family, my pops used to always say this: we can be arguing, fussing, cussing, and fighting, but the minute that we step outside this door, the world needs to think that we are all peaches and cream. That's how you kind of have to be as a football team. Obviously, there are moments in the competitive heat of battle that you just have those moments where it's like, come on, bro, now we gotta have that. We gotta have that interception. We gotta have that block. We gotta have that pass. We gotta have that catch. Whatever. Like, those are moments, but it shouldn't be dysfunctional. It shouldn't be where every single time that the cameras are panning over to you on the sideline, y'all fighting. It shouldn't be like that. But it should be a healthy working relationship. So I'm glad that those guys, especially with Caleb being in the mix, being the franchise quarterback and being a rookie, is setting the tone of, like, look, if you want to be around as an offensive coordinator, because that's another thing too, like, bro, like, we are helping each other. Because again, if you stink, I stink. And stinking in the NFL gets you fired.
Right.
So if you get fired, then I have to go in and learn a completely new system. So all the concepts that you had, all of the lingos, all of the calls, I gotta flush that and learn somebody else's. So that's also helping with stability and job security. That's gonna help them in the long run. Because for this guy, Shane Waldron, all right, if you're able to continue to coach this team well, have them be successful offensively, that's gonna build up your resume, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you can stick around 2, 3, 4 years, and now y'all can sustain success. It can lead to playoff victories. It can lead to deep playoff runs. It can lead to a Super Bowl. Who knows? But then also on the back end, when somebody get fired that's stinking somewhere else, they can look to you. So it's kind of like you scratch my back, I scratch your back. You call good plays, we make the plays. That's how it needs to work. It can never be, I can't remember what episode we talked about on this, but I remember I said that, like, we can't just, you can't just be calling plays and say, run it, whatever, figure it out. This is my system. If you don't like it, get off the team. All right, well, brother, you ain't gonna have nobody to play for you. Ain't nobody gonna like you. If they don't like you, you get your butt forced out of there. And if you're not, especially if you're not winning too. So there's that. So I'm all for it.
But you know who need to hear that? Sean McVay. Sean McVay. There's no way.
Go.
There's no way. There's no way that we was in the red zone 6 times. Let me tell you how it went. The first time, field goal. Second time, field goal. Third time, strip phone. Fourth time, missed the field goal. Fifth time, we finally scored a goddamn touchdown. Now, there's no way, and I'm going to tell you how it all went down. When you get to the red zone, Let me ask y'all a question. When you go to Waffle House, right? You've never been to Waffle House ever. But when you get there, you sit down, you look at the menu. There's a lot of stuff on the menu. Waffle House got cheeseburgers. Waffle House got steak and cheese, cheesesteaks, however you call it. Waffle House has steak. When you sit down, right, what's the most simple thing to get you over if you really that hungry? A waffle. So when it's 3rd and 3, Sean McVay, keep it simple. Run the ball. There is nothing else you could do but drop back and throw the ball 3 times in the row. Keep it simple. Boom. Kyron Williams will get you a first down. If you don't, 4th and 1, let's go for it. Let's just go for it to see what happens. Bro, you just can't throw the ball 3 times in the red zone. And I love Matthew Stafford. I love him to death. Tough. Yeah, everybody call him toughest man. Whatever. At the end of the day, when you got somebody behind you what we can lean off of, do it. That's simple. Simple. We don't go to Waffle House to get a steak. Keep it a waffle and get the first down. It's that simple. It's that we can't be losing in Chicago. That's good.
You buffered a little bit in your tangent, but we got your point. When we go to Waffle House, get a waffle. And thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.